Let's continue our discussion about the trend rider, and let me show you how the trend rider is used in the markets. So thank you everyone for all the great feedback. I have received lots and lots of emails after the last video, especially after we announced that we're giving the trend rider away for free. Many of you have claimed the giveaway, so make sure to check the link in the description below for everyone who doesn't have the trend rider yet. And yeah, we're giving it away for free right now. And let me walk you through a few recent trade studies. And let's start here with the Aussie Swiss franc on a 4-hour time frame. This is a trade that I took, and I love to use the trend rider in combination with breakout trades. I find that it gives me a great level of confidence to just be in breakouts where the trend rider is giving me a go. So you can see the market was here in an uptrending market, and then here this is a final push, a failed breakout. The market made an impulsive move to the top, immediately reversed on the next two candles, so it is already a weak signal. Then here the trend rider, or the price action rather, made a good bearish move. And I identified this here as my breakout area. I wanted to see the market close below this area. It's a very good support and previous resistance area. Then here, this is what I call a lower bounce. The market makes a final attempt to move higher. Obviously, it immediately failed. The market is not able to pull away from the pattern and from the level, which is another bearish signal. And then on the breakout here, you can see, although the trend rider already turned red, I was patiently waiting. There are people who will get in those trades ahead of the breakout, but I won't do this. I am using the trend rider for those types of trades for breakout confirmation. So you can see the background color was already turning red, and here now the momentum study was giving me the green, or in this case the red light, to join a sell trade. So everything came together here, and I had full confidence in the trade. Everything looked perfect, and that is exactly what the trend rider is supposed to do. It is a momentum indicator which helps you get in trades. It helps you stay in trades. You can see the market did move a little bit against me here. There was a little bit of a retracement, but I stayed in the trend, or in the trade rather, because both the momentum study here on the trend rider and the background color were both red, were both confirming that the sentiment is still bearish. So I held on to the trade, and you can see I am using a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and this is what I like to do for most of my trades. The market immediately plunged then into my take profit, and I was able to close out the trade with a nice and decent profit. Let's move over to the Aussie New Zealand. This is a trade that I am currently in. So I took this breakout trade as well. You can see the market was in an uptrend. The trend rider really confirmed this nice uptrend until here the trend then died off. There was then here a double top, which got me very interested in looking for reversal setups, and for a new breakout I was able to identify this support level here. We have two decent touches, so a nice confirmed breakout or support level. Then the market did break out here. This is not a good enough breakout for me because the price closed right at the support level. I was waiting a little bit longer, and then you can see here the trend rider, the background color was red, and the momentum study is also red now. The market is moving lower now very nicely, still quite slow, but it is on a good path. I'm using again a 3-to-1 reward to risk ratio, and I have absolute confidence in the trade as long as the momentum study and the trend rider doesn't say anything else. Everything looks good, and that is exactly how one of the things that I wanted to achieve when I developed the trend rider, because many traders, they lack confidence. Obviously, they often close out their winning trades too early, and I wanted to have a tool that analyzes momentum and price action and really tells me you're good to go, don't worry, stick to the trade. And this is what the trend rider does. Obviously it doesn't work out 100% of the time, but I find for my purposes it is a very decent indicator. And based on the feedback that I got from you, it seems that many of you also really appreciate it. So here was another setup from last week. The market was in a very strong downtrend. You can see here the trend rider was both red on the momentum and on the background. And then here, if you put a RSI indicator, for example, this will be a divergence. So I was already getting more interested in looking for a reversal. And then you can see here, this is then a very nice inverse head and shoulder, the left shoulder, your head, and then here the right shoulder. Again, this is what I call a lower bounce. The market makes a final attempt to move away from the resistance level, but immediately the buyers step in the market and push the price higher. You can see the breakout happened here, but the momentum study didn't really confirm it yet. So in this case, you would have waited 2 candles longer. Here, the momentum study then turned green and everything was giving you the go. Again, how would you or could you have traded this? Let's assume you use your stop loss here just below the area. In this case, if you use a 3-to-1, you would have probably just barely, depends a little bit on how aggressive you are with your stop loss. But again, you can see either you missed it by maybe a pip or you had a profit target, your profit target was reached. But overall, the trend rider again would have allowed you to stay in the trade all the way. Although here the momentum study turned black during the retracement, the background color never changed, and that is a two-way protection mechanism. Not only do you rely on just one thing, you have 2 things with the background color and also with the momentum study. So this is helping you also to stay in pullbacks when the market is not immediately moving to your target. Then let's take a look at the US dollar CAD. This is a very interesting on the 1 hour. And by the way, I use the trend rider mostly on the 2 hour and the 4 hour and on a daily time frame. But I have received a lot of emails from people who also use it on the 1 hour, and seems that people really like to use it there as well. So here the market was in a downtrend, not a very strong one. And then I noticed that first of all, the price was here in a sideways range. But also very importantly, here is a demand area which then led to this huge outbreak. So this is a very interesting demand area. And what I saw is, this is what you call a spring pattern. The market makes a move to the downside, tries to break out of the range, finds demand here. A lot of buyers step in the market and reverse the price. And then on the next candle, you have the actual breakout here. First, just the background color turns green. The momentum study isn't green yet, so you wouldn't have gotten in. But afterwards, here you can see now on the next candle close, the momentum study and the background color are all giving you the go. You have great confluence, you have the spring pattern, you have the demand area, you have a very nice breakout, and you have the momentum study showing you that this is actually a bullish market. And then afterwards you can see how explosive the move was to the upside. So this is another way how you could have used it, how you could have used the trend rider as well, with a combination and confluence of many different levels or many different things. One thing that I am looking at right now is the DAX. I'm looking for a potential short breakout. So the market, if you zoom out, it has been rallying since January 2019. Or end of 2018, so almost 1 full year. There have been periods of some pullbacks, and now the market is trading not at an all-time high, but very close to an all-time high. It has been rallying for days or weeks, I should say, and it seems like yesterday's candle, you can see it, there was a nice spike, maybe a failed breakout, and then today we had a gap up or a gap down, a gap below this support area. You can see the background is still green and the momentum study isn't red yet. So this is not a market where you would go in right now. You would wait a little bit longer, and this is exactly one of the main goals of the indicator as well. It helps you avoid early trades. How often did you get into a trade where you ended up being too early and you kind of knew that you were a little bit too early, but you didn't want to miss the trade? So the trend rider is designed to help you wait a little bit longer and get into higher probability trades. You're not going to get in too early. You're not going to get whipped around so often, and it's helping you to stay around. There's a very good chance the market will pull higher, close the gap, and maybe even move back to the all-time high. That's what often the market does. But if the sell-off continues. If we see more bearishness, at one point the background color and the momentum study will turn red, and then we might have a chance to look for a selling opportunity. So this is what I am stalking right now, and this is how you could use the trend rider as well. So you can see it's designed to help you get into trades at the right point of time, not too early, not too late. It's helping you stay in trades, and those are usually the things that cause the most issues for traders. So again, the trend rider is currently free of charge with our special deal. Make sure to check the terms in the link below in the description. And if you're interested in getting the trend rider, really now is the best time. We're not sure how long this will stay, this offer, so make sure to check it out if you want to have it on your charts as well.